going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Pete's Carport, and welcome to another rainy day in Tampa. Unfortunately, it's been pretty much a disastrous rainy day for the past week, where I've been trying to dip the 1995 Lexus SC300. I'm going to show you guys where we're at. It's literally rained every single day, but with all of that, it has given me the opportunity to figure out how to fix imperfections, things that I didn't expect to have to deal with, that I know will help me only in the future on doing this. So keep in mind, this is the first car Zay and I have ever dipped. Zay came out yesterday, helped me out. We ended up peeling the whole door. I've peeled this whole hood and redone it. And I'm going to go into more detail and explain a lot of the issues I ran into. Other than that, I couldn't be happier with how it came out. 99% of it, in my opinion, looks absolutely amazing. And the other 1%, you can't tell from a little bit of a distance. So I'm very satisfied with that. So let's go ahead. We're going to get into this video. I'm going to show you guys all of the things that we ran into. And I'm also going to talk about what needs to be done still. And I'm going to get that done. And on this video, you guys are going to see the car put back together, basically in its final stage, except for modifications that I will be doing in the near future. So let's just jump right into it. So originally we did, I'll come over to this side because I just finished this side off and peeled everything away. Originally I had taped off all of this. We did it all on a gloss black, and you can see exactly why I went back over it in white. Basically, after peeling the tape, all of this started to peel up. Then we got to the bottom here, and that's where I made the big mistake. I highly suggest against taping up unless you're going to do just the window, just to save yourself from having to spend too much money on dip product. If I were to do it over again, I would just go right over everything, because it's really simple to peel off from the windows and so forth, and any piece that you want to maintain a certain color. It is way more difficult to pull back tape, especially if you did what I did and painted it just a few days prior to taping it up. Big mistake. I kind of knew it going in, but I was really hoping I could pull it off. So what happened down here is it snagged onto the Plasti dip and basically ripped it all along here, and I had no choice but to pull back the whole door panel. The benefit of that is I had a bunch of runs going along here, and I was able to respray this whole door and get a nice smooth transition. I was even able to blend the pearl overcoat so that everything kind of looks really blended together, like I did the whole thing at once. I was very surprised at how well that this blended. One downside was some of the overspray that got up here, and I might be able to wipe that down, and I might be able to just hit from here over again and just do a quick coat. So I'm kind of debating on that. Now, what I ended up doing yesterday was hitting all of the trim here, cleaned it down really well, and hit it with the pearl, and then I peeled off the areas that I wanted. And what I learned on that is you have to use a razor blade. Basically, this stuff will overlap, even though all the videos I've seen of Fonzie, who is a complete professional and probably knows a lot more about what he's doing when it comes to properly peeling away. Unfortunately, mine was sticking, and I thought, oh, I'll just keep going, because I saw in a video he pulled it right away, and I was peeling up areas I did not want to peel up. So I went around with a razor blade on all of this and got it really good. The next thing that happened due to rain, humidity, I mean, it is very hot here in Tampa, Florida, and then we're getting rain, is moisture getting up underneath some of these areas here. Now, I was very concerned because I know that's just going to get worse over time and eventually start bubbling up and peeling. I had it heavily down here and was able to fix almost all of this yesterday. You can see some of it still came back. I ended up doing another coat on that. And the way that I fix that is you use a thinner. And so you can kind of either take a razor blade, but you got to be very careful, or poke a hole or use a syringe and get some thinner inside and heavily on the outside. And this will start to thin out. You'll actually feel, if you're using your fingers or a glove, you'll feel the actual Plasti dip start to come off in like a gooey type material. And what that does is it'll re-stick it down. Now I'm going to show you guys that. Now, a lot of people use the naphtha, the xylene, I don't know if I'm saying this right, I think it's xylene or xylene. I just use mineral spirits, I'm sorry. And mineral spirits seem to work very good, and it seemed to have a very similar application to the naphtha that everybody's been using. that I saw online. So I went down and picked some of that up. It worked really well for me yesterday, and it really helped to loosen up the already dry Plasti dip. So we're going to be fixing all of these slight bubbles here. Hopefully we can get the rain to hold off enough that we can keep this area dry, because this area will stay dry as long as we don't have any heavy rain. So hopefully that happens. Now I'm going to also show you guys how I remove this by just putting a razor blade along the edge and getting off the areas that I want. So we're going to be doing that as well. So let me go ahead and get set up. Okay guys, even though this is pretty self-explanatory, basically you just want to grab a razor and follow along whatever edge it is that you're going to be peeling up. And the reason why I do that is you can see how close these are, and if the Plasti dip got real thick up along here, it will just snag and pull this up, which we want to maintain. So you want to find all the areas that you want to keep. Like I'm going to be taking this off, and the window areas, and also, you know, inside there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to outline the areas that I want to get, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. I'll show you guys how it peels off. Okay, now I've got my edge cut, and I'm going to show you guys how easily this peels off. And this was not a super heavy layer, but you can see how flexible this stuff is, which kind of shows the durability capabilities of Plasti dip. And as you can see there, I didn't quite get it, so I'm going to hit that with the razor blade because I don't want to pull that up. Okay, as you guys saw, this kind of pulled up a little bit. So what I can do is take a little bit of thinner, and it actually did it along here too, and just kind of smear it across here with a glove on my finger, and I can get that to kind of become sticky again and lay down, and should hold it as long as we don't get any moisture or anything up under there. So I'm going to go ahead, get the rest of this off, and we'll go ahead and do that.